Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Where do I think AMC is going to be headed this trading week? Why hasn't AMC squeezed just yet? And some recent news actually pertaining to AMC itself. But before I start the video, I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It is just my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we're going to be doing a video about AMC and where I actually think AMC is going to be headed this week. Obviously, we've seen AMC, we've analyzed the patterns, seeing kind of what's been going on with AMC. If we take a look at the 1 week chart, down about 3.92% of its value. And looking at the 1 month chart, up about 8.51%. It's pretty safe to say that during the month of June, AMC was basically trading sideways. I mean, there wasn't really much going on with AMC. Yes, we had some good news. Yes, we had some bad news. Yes, we had some good news and bad news, you know, kind of back and forth. Not really like bad news enough to pertain, but I know if we take a look at the 3 month chart, we see this huge dip here on the 10th of June. When AMC basically said that they were going to be selling more shares. But if we take a look at it all together, you know, AMC has just kind of been going on this kind of like sideways pattern. Even analyzing the 3 month chart, we see this huge run up here on June 2nd. And then a little bit after that, we see a little bit of a dip here, and then a little bit of a rise back up, and then a little bit of a dip. And we just see this huge sideways trading pattern. But that does show us two things. One, hedge funds are still trying to push the stock down, or a lot of people who are shorting the stock are continuing to add to their short positions. And like I said, are continuing to try to push the stock back down. But the retail traders are not giving up. This is why we see so many dips that are quickly bought back up. You know, a lot of people who are bullish on the stock, they haven't given up hope on AMC stock. You know, they haven't given up. They continue to be bullish. Every dip gets bought. So it does show that, okay, the retail traders, they're not going to be shaken out. You know, they're not going to give up. They're going to continue buying the stock at any chance they get. Even on Friday alone in the last trading session, option traders had purchased about $2.59 million worth of call contracts, and the expiration dates were ranging from basically the expiration date of that day all the way to the end of the year. And most of them were the $145 strike price. So if we take a look at it all together, you know, people are placing some pretty bullish bets on AMC stock, and then that's going to be making big moves by now until the end of the year. I honestly wouldn't be shocked by that either. You never know. You know, AMC does have that explosive volatility to it where it can jump 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50% in a single day. That's the same with AMC as well. Like I said, it does have that explosive volatility. So people are placing big bets. So people here are not giving up. Hedge funds themselves are not giving up either as they continue to try to push the stock down. As you guys see in the last trading session, down 4.17%. And we definitely see that there are still people out there who are adding to their short positions, not just hedge funds alone. And there's a lot of, you know, big time investors who are also shorting AMC stock. So when we take a look at it from the bigger perspective, you know, what's the future? It's too hard to predict right now. Like I said, I know that there's a lot of people out there who are saying, okay, you know what? People have been saying the stock is going to squeeze, blah, blah, blah. When's it actually going to happen? You know, and people generally are losing hope on the overall squeeze aspect, but that's the thing. You can't time the market. You can't time a squeeze. You can only just go based on the facts alone. And what we do know is, one, you know, AMC is a heavily shorted stock, and people continue to add to their short positions on the actual stock in itself. So this does show us that, okay, people are still shorting the stock. We see that retail traders continue to buy up the stock because every dip ends up getting bought back up. So what needs to happen for AMC to actually go through a short squeeze is it just needs to be able to put in a situation where the shorts definitely feel that they're losing the upper hand. Like I said, right now, there's a lot of big time people who are shorting the stock that are down millions of dollars. You know, you can't deny that. People have been probably shorting the stock ever since, if we go to the 1 year chart, ever since this huge spike up here on January 27th, people probably started new short positions. And then we see this huge rally back up on the 2nd of June. I'm sure that a lot of hedge funds did lose a lot of money because of that. So what do they do in that scenario? They continue to add to their short positions. So now they're starting new short positions at the $72 mark, the $60 mark, the $55 mark, or whatever the case may be. So there needs to be good enough news to be able to push the stock all the way up. But for me, like I said, whether people want to believe it or not, for me, I generally think, obviously from an opinionated perspective, that it is inevitable to avoid that AMC is actually going to squeeze. Like AMC is eventually probably going to go through a short squeeze. I don't even think that it's a possible chance to avoid it. Now, Michael Burry himself said that there's going to be a huge stock crash for meme stocks. That includes like GameStop, AMC, and all these other stocks that are kind of being pumped up right now. For me, I do not really agree with him because, you know, if we take a look at GameStop, people said that, okay, you know, people are going to sell their GameStop positions. Last time I checked, GameStop is still over $200 a share. I'm not really too confident on what the overall price is. I don't really check up on it too much. But what we do know is people did predict that, okay, GameStop is going to go down, it's going to go back down, it's going to go back to $3, it's going to go back to $4. But it never happened. GameStop 6 months later is still up at $200 a share. I kind of think it's going to be the same thing with AMC. I don't see AMC actually flash crashing. I just see AMC kind of still hovering around these prices. But as far as the overall price prediction for this week, depending on the news we get, but I do see some upward momentum for AMC stock. I know that there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff that has to be covered. People still have to cover their short positions. And, when we do get the squeeze, it's definitely going to be a lot more worth it. Now that people continue to grow their short positions and we know they're not covering, eventually these people do have to pay back the shares. There's no way around that, whether people want to believe or not. And like I said, I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of YouTubers, and I'm not bashing any YouTubers. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there who are saying, okay, squeeze is going to happen, a squeeze is going to happen. I'm saying a squeeze is going to happen, but there is no definitive time frame. You cannot predict when the squeeze is actually going to happen, but I do think that AMC is going to do very well in this trading week. I do see a lot of, like I said, upward momentum. Today, obviously, the markets are closed since it's 4th of July, and, in honor of that, there's no trading. But for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I could see, AMC hitting $60, $65, $70. And I think the shorts are getting scared because every time it hits the $60 mark, every time it starts to creep up back towards its highs, people are buying the stock, shorts will continue to then push the stock back down. That just goes to show that they're scared, because once it starts hitting the $75 mark, $80 mark, $90 mark, $100 mark as well, there has to be some form of, safety. There has to be something that's okay, like at this point I have to cover my short position or I'm going to continue to lose money. So that's the direction I do definitely see AMC kind of heading towards over the next couple of weeks. Will we get a squeeze from AMC in the month of July? Like I said, nobody knows, but I am expecting a lot of upward momentum for AMC in the month of July. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of AMC stock. Do you guys think AMC is going to have a great month in the month of July? If you guys own AMC stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.